All right, we are on the tour bus here in Chicago with, at Bottom Lounge with 9 Electric. Is that right?
Sir.
Okay.
That's who he is. Gotta make sure.
Fucking Spice Girls.
Spice Girls reunion.
Spice Girls.
We look different than you might have remembered
Butthole
us.
Spice and Jack Off Spice.
Jack Off Spice. Butthole Spice.
So I've heard, now I haven't heard you, and I'm not going to lie, but I wanted to interview you because I wanted to get to know you guys. You guys have a mixture of like electric music with your rock and metal and stuff. How did you come up with that concept, and how did you guys make it work together?
These guys, Mikey and Micah, had started putting like the concept and demoed out some songs before I had even joined the band, and it was all pretty much the same elements that we have now. I mean, it was.
It's copies.
He's like, I gotta take the hat.
We just had a few bands that we liked and kind of tried to model it after them. You know what I mean? And when we first started, when Mike and I first were creating the demos, because I used to be in another band together, we had maybe a little bit larger variety of bands that we were pulling from. And as time went on, we kind of cut some of them and kind of honed in on the sound. And it took a little while. Everybody takes a band like a year or two or so, sometimes like really get focused and really kind of like weed out things that don't work,
right?
Things that do work, and that's kind of what we just did.
And
we've only been the same 4 members ever since we started. Mike and I made demos for like a month, and then we started looking for the band. The band became band. It was about 5 years ago, and it's just only been these 4 people. So.
Oh, okay. So when you guys got it together and figured out this is the sound, I mean, a sophomore album always sounds more mature than your freshman anyway, because you kind of progress into, like you said, you pulled from all these and then you streamlined and got it. So
I also think though, like a lot of times the band's first album has the most energy because they usually been playing those songs the longest.
Yeah.
And ours is kind of a mix and match. Some of the songs we have been playing a long time, but we have a bunch of new songs, and I think we were just able to, like I said before, weed out the stuff that wasn't working. So I don't know why I said it like Run Burgundy.
Run Burgundy.
Weed out the stuff that clearly is not working. 60% of the time we get rid of shit every time. 60% of the time we get rid of shitty shit all the time.
Yeah.
So
we honed in on the sound, and
we've got 2 EPs, so that kind of was us figuring out what works, what doesn't work. And then we have a debut album coming out
July 15th.
Full-length?
15th, yeah.
Okay.
And it was done by this awesome whiz kid producer, Kane Churko, who's done all sorts of...
Kane's worked within this moment. Him and his father were in this moment. Hell Yeah was in the studio at the same time we were in the studio. They've done work with Gemini Syndrome, our label mates, our friends.
Okay.
Many other Ozzy, who else?
God, I've known Gemini Syndrome for fucking years.
Guys,
Jesus.
Yeah, and we all kind of came up on the Sunset Strip together.
Is that where you guys are all from? Out that way?
Exactly.
Okay.
And LA represent.
So speaking earlier.
No football team represent. No, that's not true. Now we have
you got the Rams
and the Chargers, but the Chargers are my favorite team actually.
Are they?
Even though they're fucking bums.
You bums.
Yeah, you guys got the Rams moved out there. Now they're talking about Oakland moving to Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's an
interesting move.
Yeah, it's like a seedy town and a seedy team. It works perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
we love Vegas, but I mean, it's like it's a gambling town.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a perfect place for the Raiders.
And there's plenty of room. I mean, shit. I mean, they keep sprawling, and we just had our 25-year anniversary of Desert Storm out there. My unit got together out there, and we had
awesome.
Oh my God, it was.
Guys party now.
Oh yeah, we drank.
I never.
Oh, we drank, and it was funny because we all tried to be 21 again, and we're all pushing 50 or over 50, and we're like, we get up in the morning, we'll meet for breakfast. We're like, are we gonna go take a nap?
You gotta like you get out there, overdo it on the first night, and spend the next 2 or 3 days just like in agony.
Yeah.
But then come home and say it was the best trip ever.
Exactly, it was the best trip ever, but it took me 3 days to recover from the one night of drinking. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Happens, man. Happens.
Oh yeah, we all get it. I just told Stitched Apart, my daughter just made me a grandfather. So I have a little boy
congrats,
now. Yeah, I have a grandson, and
wild.
Maximus Lewis. I call him Maximus Prime.
Sweet.
So, yeah, exactly. She was like, "Oh yeah, the 17th century warrior," and I'm like, "Well, I was going Transformers, but yeah, we can go with that." Sure. Yeah. But yeah, he's awesome. He's just
Congrats.
thanks.
That's awesome.
He's just so cool. The first time I met him.
Nice.
Yeah, the first time I met him, he talked to me like for a half hour. He just blah blah, yo, good and God. And my daughter Heather, she's like, he never does that. He's usually sleeping by now. And then all of a sudden, he just peed all over me. Just my entire shirt was.
Wait,
soaked.
are you talking about Vegas or your?
No, that was my son. Yeah, my grandson. Yeah. Vegas is a whole other. That's a whole other video. Actually, we won't even put that on tape.
Hangover 4.
So growing up, what were your guys' inspirations on
Sex.
getting into music? Sex?
Sex with women, yeah.
Like that new show, Rock. What is it? Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll.
Oh, yeah, I
that
haven't seen that.
It's fucking hilarious.
No, you know what? I think I don't know. I would have to say like most musicians are just you're either like just drawn to it or you're not. You know what I mean? I think some people get into it because they think it's like the thing to do. You know, I remember when I started learning how to play the guitar, I was in the 8th grade, and I remember tons of other kids trying to learn too. Like they'd get like the little starter amp and a guitar from Guitar Center, and after about a month or 3, that stuff was like I would own it. Like, you want to buy this for me? Because
really?
Yeah. Because it's like it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? And it's like I think once you start to learn how to play, you're either really into it and really drawn to it, or you're not.
Yeah.
And I think when you're really drawn to it, it's like it's just one of those things. If it's like this burning desire inside of you, you'll keep going. You'll keep going.
The reward is built in. The process is.
And then as you grow up, and then you start to get in a band, and it's often with friends. You know, I don't know. Did you play with friends? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I played with my friends. You know,
I played at the pep rally, 7th grade.
Yeah.
And some horrible song we wrote.
And when high school was over, those cats didn't really want to like continue. They didn't want to play to the next level. I did. So I started looking at, ads. So putting out an ad to play with somebody. And then when I was playing with those guys, like they weren't serious or nothing. They didn't really want to do it. And you just kind of keep going through so you find the right group of people who understand that it's entertainment and that it's fun, but that it's a business.
Right.
And you need to do the right things when it comes to that. And it took for me, to get to this band for that to actually occur. I was in a bunch. I haven't been in a bunch of bands. I've only been in 3 bands, but the 2 bands that I was in prior, I was in them a long time. And much like somebody who's in a bad relationship, you just stick in there too long because at one point it seemed good, and then it's like not anymore.
Yeah.
Luckily, we got out of it in time in order to get into this band.
The members all need to be facing the same direction.
Yeah, if you have one weak link, you're not gonna get it done.
Yeah, and traveling together, you guys gotta. I mean, you're not always gonna get along. It's just impossible, but. You have to be able to be an adult and sit and talk things out and say.
This guy every day, it's like that's why we watch a lot of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
We keep entertaining.
You can't be that mad when you hear some weird ass
thing. It's really nice too. Is like I'm not naming any names or anything like that, but just like it seems like a lot of bands are content to just party.
Yeah.
And bang some girls and stuff like that. Which I mean, those are all good things. You know what I mean? But it's like. At the same time, too, it's like, that's why you're here doing this. That's not why we are. We're here because we want to put on the best show possible, be as professional as we can, and keep rising to the top.
Yeah.
We're not satisfied.
Those are like short-sighted, immediate
those
goals,
are the 70s and 80s type, what happened back then.
I mean, those things are fine.
And, if that's what you're in for. But if you're in for it to actually entertain, and this is your passion.
Grow your business, too, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Exactly, and I mean, if you have to like what you're doing. You can't just.
It's the same thing as like if a guy's like dealing weed and he doesn't sell it, but he just gives it to his friends all the time. That's like that's like fun, right? But that isn't good business. Hey man, come over, man. Now what? Let's smoke, and then all of a sudden, like, guys haven't made any money.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Big Worm comes to kill him.
Exactly. That's what Friday's based on. He was like, Smokey was fucking around.
Hey,
we were watching Friday the other night. We were in where were we? We were in like some gangster ass parking lot of a Walmart.
Oh, it was a gnarly Walmart. Yeah.
And we were watching.
I heard the loudest conversation on the phone while I was like taking a crap. He was like, "No, it's a baby's birthday.
Yeah.
It's a baby's birthday. Mine's on the 16th. It's a Thursday." I'm hearing like every word this guy's saying like across the bathroom. It's like, whoa, it's gnarly. Culture shock. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Well, and now you're parked underneath the.
Right?
Yeah, you're right
Well,
up.
you missed it earlier. We were parked in the backstage right there.
Right.
And all of a sudden we needed to move. So I'm like the one who's like good at reversing this thing. We're in a big RV with a big trailer, by the way. It's like 37 feet.
It's
and
giant.
they're like, we gotta move, and I'm like, what? So I knew that I was gonna have to do it. This is a busy ass street.
You're welcome.
So we had to back it out, and it was like, it's not glamorous.
Yeah.
It's like some Mad Max shit, but like without the cool part.
Without the spikes
Yeah.
and the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because when you said to come over here, I'm like, but you guys were just, I know you guys were just out over there.
Yeah, we were just
So
earlier.
Earlier. Yeah, I'm parked like 5 cars in front of Lacuna Coil. I got lucky because somebody was pulling out as soon as I was turning that corner. Somebody pulled out. I'm like, oh, I don't care if I had 6 feet of water here. I'm good. So, are you guys on the whole tour with Lacuna Coil?
Yeah, we were from the beginning, and
this is week 3. No, this started the 4th week.
Okay.
Got 2 more weeks to go.
Okay, and then what are you guys gonna do?
Go home for a minute, and then we have another tour that's not announced yet.
Okay.
You might have said the band's name earlier, but
Yeah.
that's, you know.
Yeah.
You might not have
pick
either.
among them.
Yeah.
And our album's coming out July 15th.
July
so
15th.
Very excited.
Where can they get it?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, stores and
Everywhere.
iTunes and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Well, what about hard copies? People like I know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, where I don't buy hard
Best
copies
Buy.
CDs anymore.
Oh, you
I
don't?
have, no, I have Apple Music on my phone, and I have just every day. I just everybody's shit, you know.
See, I have to have hard copy, and I get the hard
Yeah,
copy.
I like
I
that.
load it into my broadcaster, and then I keep it because sometimes I want to take it to my car.
I like the little, paper.
Yeah.
Physical.
The little paper, yeah.
Yeah,
I got you. You're talking about free reading
don't.
paper.
No,
I got you.
I want,
know this,
I want people, it's weird. I want people to get that, obviously, because we're doing that. But it's like I just do all digital now. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, and I get why people would, but everything you just said right there, like loading it into something. I'm like, what? Yeah, I just want it like right there. Like when Lacuna Coil's record came out the other day.
Delirium,
I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, I go like, oh, I gotta get that. I'm like, wait a minute, it's on my phone. I went right to iTunes, my Apple Music.
It's
and
really good too.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites in there.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. I just,
yeah, they're great people too.
And
Christina's magical.
Oh, she's
She's a
unbelievable.
magical
Just
human
like
Yes.
just hanging out with her. She's just so sweet, personable.
Yeah, and I haven't had I got to talk to her, but I've never got to sit down and interview because they're always, they're
Coming and going.
Yeah, they're all, and I understand, and I never push interviews. I just, hey, you know what? You want an interview? It's going to be on our website. It's going to be, we have an Asgard video. We're going to videotape it. Whatever, I'm here for whoever wants to use me, but they're always pulling, this way and that way, so, but I always told them if they want an interview, shit out, just like when I interviewed Sebastian Bach. They called me at 11:30 at night when I was in the photo pit in God, where was it? It's called
Rocklahoma.
Farm Rock.
Oh, okay.
And he called me at 11:30. He goes, "Hey, Sebastian Bach said he wants to talk to you now." I'm like, "Okay." Man, I just, like I was telling them, and the listeners are probably sick of hearing this, but I said I had a boner the whole time I sat there with him. And I'm doing this interview with Sebastian Bach, and I'm like, oh my God, But it's just, it's sometimes, I get awestruck still, and it's
you have to be a fan. Like, you still have to have that within you. To
Oh,
have
yeah.
the drive to go do.
and meet new bands. I love meeting new bands because that's what we do. Asgard is a promotion for new bands. Like your new album, as soon as you guys get it, please send it to me because
Awesome.
I'll do a world premiere, and then we'll play like a song. I'm on for 3 hours, on what days am I on? Friday, Thursday, Tuesday nights, and I'll do one song every half hour of you guys, and just talk about it and how to get your stuff and how to get your. That's what we do. I mean and then I send it to all my other DJs so they have it for requests, so your fans can request it at any time.
That's awesome.
I mean, we have bands from all over the world, and that's, and I tell everybody all the time that you get new music, you get a new tour, post it on us, call me, let me know about it, send me a message, whatever. you know, and we'll promote the shit out of it for you because that's
awesome.
Yeah, we try and we want
technology.
But and again, you living by technology because sometimes, like when a storm rolls through, if I was on air tonight, I'd have to get a hold of another DJ and say, hey, if I get lose power,
pick up the dead
air. Pick up the dead air because I'm pretty screwed.
That's so cool what we can do now, man.
It is. It really is. And like you're saying earlier, you have to like what you do, and I love going out and meeting bands. And you do. And I love meeting new bands, finding out about you guys. Where you got your start. Where your inspirations came from. Just whatever. And whatever. I always tell everybody, whatever you guys want to talk about. I talked to Xavier from Buck Cherry one day about SEC football. College football. That's all we talked about for like 20 minutes. And if you don't want to talk about music, that's fine because I know that's what you guys do. But I still want your
obvious. But.
Exactly. I love listening to the new people like Rock on the Range and stuff. So after Rock on the Range, what's going on? More fucking touring. What do you think? But we can bullshit and sit and talk, but we still got to get your tours out there. We still have to push where you're going to be, how to get your music, how to get your merch, what you guys are doing, So I mean that's what we're here for. But yeah, we can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. I don't care. So I know one thing people are talking about. It came out about Prince did OD. I mean that's kind of I mean, I'm in pain.
It seemed obvious after a while. It's tough. I mean, you know what happened? Prince he was injured. Right?
Yeah.
It had a
hip dysplasia from dancing and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, which is like coming out. He's a really small guy. He worked really hard with his whole stand. I mean, the guy was on stage for hours. You know what I mean? And playing all over the place. Sure. And I think what happened is what happens to many people is like to curb the pain. Started taking pain medication, and then it's easy for
Elvis.
Easy to
Elvis did the same thing
to get hooked on it,
Yeah.
And he was seeking help at the end there, but I think it was just like he was getting the best of him, and I think it doesn't make him a bad person or anything. I mean, it's just
it doesn't. Yeah. He got hooked. I mean, he's just a human. I mean, he's just like anybody else, and he gets
crazy.
Yeah, it's sad because he was so I mean. I was in grade school when his shit started coming out and getting popular. So I mean, I've been a Prince fan forever, and it's just
he was definitely one of the best.
What happens too is like people's like it's not exactly as if his work schedule was getting lighter. He was working really hard, and it made a lot of sense when I started hearing that he did have a problem with prescription pills. It made sense why he was on a piano tour. All of a sudden, he's like, just him and a piano singing, and I wondered why he was doing that. And I know he's the kind of guy who likes to push the envelope and challenge himself. But it made more sense because then he could sit down for 2 hours and not be standing up.
Right.
And it seemed like he was doing a lot, a little bit less of that. And Prince was the kind of cat who was like, he would play like where we live, where there's the Staples Center where the Lakers and the Clippers play.
Yeah.
And the Kings too, actually. And he'd play like a show there, sold out show there, and then he'd show up to the House of Blues and play like 2.5, 3 hours up in the foundation room, like at 4 in the morning,
it's
or whatever.
insane, man.
And he was like playing just all night. And no matter how you slice it, when you're standing up for that many hours and you're playing your instrument, you're doing you're dancing around, you're doing kinds of things, it takes a toll on your body. Like our band, are you staying for the show tonight?
Oh yeah, we'll be here.
Awesome.
I'll just tell you this: it's like we expend a lot of energy on stage. We do a lot of stuff, right? I'll leave it at that. It's very painful on your body.
Yeah.
And it's like, it hurts. And nobody in this band takes any opiates or anything like that. But trust me, when we wake up the next day, it doesn't feel good. My hip hurts all the time. My shoulder hurts all the time. And it's like, if we wanted to just stand...
You got the Theracane behind you.
If we wanted to just stand there and just play our show, that would probably be a lot better on our body, but that's not what we do. So you kind of have to push it, and what you have to do when you do that kind of thing, you have to live like a more healthy lifestyle, and you have to be more conscious about it. You can't be like just partying all the time and not succeeding. I mean, because you need to take care of yourself in order to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know, like, when tour's over, I feel the way a football player plays, where it's like everything hurts.
Yeah.
But I can go up on
Messed up,
stage
man.
and you don't feel it at the time because you're just playing.
Adrenaline.
You're adrenaline and
you're
you-
moved
yeah.
by the music, you know
No
what I mean?
problem.
And then, you know, we go home and I'm like, oh, I feel like death for like a week. I go back to the gym and kind of get the body going again.
I
You know
didn't
what
know
I
I
mean?
could do that.
It's one of those things, you know. So what happened with Prince is obviously horrible, and you know, I don't think it tarnishes his legacy. There's been a variety of different musicians saying things about him, like,
Oh no, Ted Nugent talks shit
or
about
like,
him.
No, Gene
Oh no.
Simmons did. Gene
Yeah.
Simmons said his thing. Gene Simmons.
Gene
is-
Simmons.
Yeah, Gene
Oh, I'm
Simmons has
sorry,
always
Gene.
been,
I'm
like,
sorry your
yeah.
hair doesn't look
Yeah.
like a fucking
Yeah.
a chimney
Sorry.
sweep, cotton candy / chimney sweep.
Gene Simmons,
Fucking
he's one of
good
those.
job with your hair, bro.
He's one of those guys who, because he doesn't use any drugs or alcohol, or never has, right? And good for him. He has an attitude that he's above it. Like
Yeah.
the fact that he can shy away from it or not do it or whatever, and not utilize or not have to hide behind it, however you want to answer, you know, however you want to call it. There's like a superiority complex with him about it, you know what I mean? And he doesn't have any compassion for anybody who does struggle with it. He views him as weak.
Because
you
he
know?
don't get it.
Yeah,
he don't,
yeah,
you
because
know.
he doesn't need it, and good for him, you know what I mean? But I also don't view him like, as much as I like him, and as much as I dig Kiss, I prefer Paul Stanley actually to
Yeah.
Gene. He's more of a passionate dude, you know what I mean? And I don't think he gets all fucked up either, but he also drinks and he seems like he chills out, you know what I mean?
He drinks. He likes his wine.
Yeah, he likes his wine, and he seems to be. He's much more understanding with other people who are going through that. You know what I mean? So there's a yin and a yang. I think they work together very well. Obviously, they've been together for like 40 some odd years. But you know, there are some artists who it's not so much prevalent now, but it used to be. But I mean, I loved 70s Aerosmith when those guys were all fucked up.
Oh yeah.
That shit was
Yeah,
wicked,
that's
wild,
so
awesome.
good, man.
And then when they cleaned up, good, which is really good for them, and they were healthier, and in a lot of ways their music was technically better, but I like rocks so much more than I like punk or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because there was a power there in a crazy like Molotov cocktail,
yeah.
you know,
It was on the
going,
edge.
yeah, going
Yeah.
on, and then you know, even Prince, like, you know, I don't. Prince wasn't abusing drugs to like. I don't believe to further his music. I think he was just in pain.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some people like it just opens up their mind and they pour out these emotions, and there's great music because of it. You know.
Yeah.
And then they sober up and they're better people. The music isn't as deep. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
and
he
that's
was.
fine.
lot of times.
He had music before he
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
So it
wasn't. So for him, it was like, hey man, it's like he was injured. He still was attempting to keep his career barreling forward, even at the
Yeah.
age of Prince was what, 56 or 52 or
Yeah.
how old was he?
He would. Well, he's got to be in his 50s because I'm 47.
Yeah.
So he's got to be.
I'm
50
forgetting.
something.
I knew how old he was. He might have been 54, 56, whatever. But you know, for him to still go out on these massive tours and be playing for hours,
Yeah.
like he was,
And then, like you said, go out afterwards and do more.
go out and do more. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And he's a
All
little
night.
little
Yeah.
guy, and he was like in a lot of pain. I'm sure he was just trying to, you know, keep going.
Yeah.
You know. And
He
was a
loved what he
vegan,
did,
Yeah,
and-
he was a very religious man. He was Jehovah's Witness. Actually.
Jehovah's Witness, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see his substance abuse as him, you know, trying to like.
He didn't do it for
he wasn't trying to
recreational.
remedy himself.
Yeah, he was trying
it's
to
not
fix
like a
himself.
Yeah.
self-destructive
So it's kind of unfair for Gene
approach.
Simmons to kind of come at him with that shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's Gene Simmons. It would be weird if he didn't say something.
Yeah, really
You're
would,
right.
wouldn't it?
He's a smart guy too, and he knows how to say. You know what? I'm going to say what I think.
Yeah.
And if I love Prince and thought he was great, I'm just going to say this, and it's going to stir controversy, and people are going to talk about me and Kiss.
Yeah.
You know, Nikki Sixx is kind of like that too. You know, he's just one to just kind of constantly just say stuff these days.
Yeah, he just hit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's awesome, and sometimes it's just
Yeah.
like there just goes some guy giving his opinion again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, for me, it's just like I don't really give a shit what anybody does. It's their life. I like their music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Regardless.
I don't necessarily look up to people who I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think people ever, should necessarily look up to us. If they want to, that's their business. You know? But it's like we're just
Don't
doing
do
our,
what we do.
We're doing our thing. Our job is to entertain and to create music. You know,
Right.
If some mom or dad was like, "You should do this," I'm like, "I'm not your fucking kid's parent. I don't care what they fucking do. I don't want them to do anything bad. If you sat me down and said, "Hey, you think I should should I shit on my girlfriend's chest after the prom? I'm like, if she wants you to, sure, but I wouldn't do that. Well, what about her shitting on me? And I'm like, well, that's better, but I still wouldn't do that. I still wouldn't recommend that. Here's what I would say. I think you should get her best friend and have a 3-way.
There you go.
That would be my advice. Or just don't go. Those things are gay. Cost a bunch of money and just go to the party afterwards. But regardless, I don't think anybody should ask our opinion. You know what I mean? If they wanted it, sure, but our opinions are valid within our own world.
Yeah.
What we're doing, you know what I mean?
Right.
What we think, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man, we're authorities now, man.
Well, a lot of people try to hold. They try
Let's
to
be
hold.
irresponsible.
They try to
as
hold like
fuck.
artists and athletes and politicians up to like this higher level of whatever. Like, oh, they said this, you should think
Like
this.
social
It's
responsibility.
Yeah, it's like, well, you can listen to them or be inspired by them, but their word is not God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
just
I
because they
think a
have a
person's
talent
own
doesn't mean they're
word
not an
is
idiot.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like the woman who took their kids to see Deadpool and then walked out because it wasn't a superhero movie.
Oh yeah.
What tipped you off? The rated R,
Yeah,
or you know what? You know,
That was my
come on.
favorite
some
superhero
research.
movie of all time. Too.
Oh, it was
It's amazing.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's like that when you.
It's effing awesome.
No, we're internet radio. We can say fuck.
I'm the mom. I'm the mom.
Yeah.
The lack of
We're
responsibility,
role-playing
though.
here.
That's what the problem is with people like that. They don't want to be responsible.
Yeah.
It's like it's not the movie maker or even the place that's showing the movie. It's only the responsibility to say this movie's rated R. You can't bring in minors or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if some mom brings her kids in there and then gets mad at everybody else, it's like, well, what kind of fucking research did you do? Man?
Yeah.
Check out what the fuck that is first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you should, if you're too lazy, which a lot of times people are. You know,
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
you know, buying some big fucking giant bag of Doritos, you know, that feed a fucking country. And you're buying that for your fucking
Costco,
crazy
baby.
kids, but you can't look up whether Deadpool is an R movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Or why it's an R movie, or
Yeah.
I just we were talking. Lori and I were talking the other day. Her nephew dropped out of high school his senior year. My son's going to be a senior next year. I said, I will whoop your ass. I wouldn't even think about it because he's 18 now.
Yeah.
And I said, drop out of school, see what happens. I said, that's an ass whooping you would just have to take.
I mean, unless you've got some grand plan.
Oh, you better be making fucking millions.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
and-
Because you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass.
yeah, but I mean,
Unless you're that close. Like,
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
like I told my
you might as
daughter.
well
Just
Just
clean
finish,
it
like-
up. Clean it up. Get on
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, or if you're gonna do that, it's like you need to get into something, you know, pretty. You should get into something really, really killer right then and there that at least shows some validation for the decision.
Yeah.
It's always like it's a tough one with parents, you know, because like no matter how you slice it, they're gonna be most likely disappointed, you know. But flip side of that is if that same kid goes on and he gets in a band and they become really successful, or he opens up some really amazing business and makes a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he has
Rarely-
sex with 2 girls on prom night and he didn't go to the prom. That's pretty
And he
awesome.
didn't even go to prom. Yeah.
so nobody will be,
Congratulations.
then nobody will be mad at him anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
But like
It's
I
always a gamble.
But like I tell my daughter, because me and my daughter butt heads. She's my daughter. But I told her, I said, I'm going to be your dad forever. You're going to be 30, and I'm still going to be not happy with your decision of guys. And if some guy pisses you off, I'm still going to want to kill him. You know? So it's, you know, I just see a lot of lazy parents, like you said, you know. And it's horrible, you know. I mean, walking down the, you know, just going to the grocery store, you still see them, you know?
Everywhere.
And that's why they think they're so entitled to everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's kids out there that just think they should be given everything, and you
Especially
know,
now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's technology, and I think it seems like a lot of kids. It seems like there's even more to keep up with these days, in the respect of like having things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's different. You know, I mean, there's games now where kids can learn how to play like Guitar Hero and that kind of stuff. I know that shit's not new, right? But it's been around for a while. But it's weird to like have some kid learning how to play the guitar in that capacity and not actually learn how to play a guitar.
Like
Yeah.
a
Have
real
really
guitar.
no desire.
Yeah, a real
to play
guitar,
it.
yeah.
I mean, you know what's cool?
It's a useless
Guitar
skill.
Hero,
Like,
Yeah.
Walkman,
so
whatever. Or
bizarre.
I guess they're cool if they get somebody to want to play an instrument. But if they appease the desire by just playing a game. Like, I can play the game. I don't need to really play because, like I said, going back to the
memorize the colors.
It's it's not easy to play. I mean, there's a lot of kids who will want to do it, and then they're like, oh, it's hard. I thought it was gonna be a jam right away.
This is the irony. Like, in my former band, I had a song that was on Rock Band 2, and I'm playing with my nephews and nieces, and they're beating me. And I'm like, let's get a real guitar here and some real microphone and see what happens, man. It was such a weird Twilight Zone of like where humanity has brought itself. And,
yeah, everything's simple.
It's fun.
What's that?
You guys don't know what time it is right now?
7 something, 7:35.
Oh, okay. We gotta get in there pretty soon.
Okay, yeah, we can wrap it up. That's fine. So before we go, you guys are on tour with Lacuna Coil. And then after that, you're gonna go home for a minute, and you have another tour that you're gonna announce later.
Yeah, it'll get announced a couple weeks, but.
And your album gets dropped
July 15th.
July 15th.
Damage one's on another century. We're super excited about that.
And your merch and everything else on your website.
Yeah, all over the place.
Facebook, anywhere they.
In there.
Yeah. In there, yeah.
It's in there tonight.
Go to their shows and buy their stuff because they got to pay for gas.
So if anybody's like in the show right now, not paying attention and listening to your podcast, because that's what people do. They don't pay attention to the moment.
Pretty much, yeah.
The merch is in there right now.
The merch is in there. And I guess he's still in the shower, so
Yeah. Wagging it.
Well, we'll tell him bye for you.
One of the other guys not even. I don't even know where the other guy is.
Hey, I was gonna say, where is your other guy? He's
somewhere.
I don't know.
He might be in the venue.
Yeah, he's probably in there because
he might be doing a spoken word.
Yeah.
He does it early poetry reading.
Oh, really?
It's got his
Bongos.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for letting me hang out with you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And anytime you guys are around, or when you guys get the announcement of your next tour, please let us know so we can promote it for you and help you out.
You'll see it on our Facebook page.
Okay,
9
cool.
Electric with the number 9.
With the number 9 Electric. Okay. All right, we're gonna go head back in, and Kelly's gonna go take some pictures of everybody on stage and maybe off stage because you never know what the hell's happening out there. So, everybody just go get their stuff. Pay attention to what's going on with 9 Electric, and listen to Asgard Radio because we're gonna have updates about them all through July. So